Hello and welcome to Cover Calypso, where I, Dove, force my co-recappers, Raven and Wing, to judge a book by its cover. This week we have got Sweet Valley High number 19, Showdown. The front cover is pale pastel pink with hideous purple text. It shows a snooty Wakefield-esque blonde and a rather smug-looking brunette in a very average grey sweater. If anyone else has got any better descriptions, because this is really a boring cover, feel free to jump in.
They are both standing, looking at each other with a slight side eye, and the Wakefield-esque blonde looks like she's just tasted some curdled milk.
Well, Wakefield blonde is looking at brunette's hairline, and brunette is looking right at us, the viewer. So they're not like really glaring at each other. It's more like brunette is cheerfully unaware that a Wakefield is going to cut her.
Cut her face off, clearly. The brunette is, that's that sweatshirt, whatever it is super boring. The blonde is wearing some sort of weird button down that almost looks like nursing scrubs, but that kind of works. And she also looks like she's in her 30s. She also looks like she's in her 30s with super fluffy blonde hair. It's very weird.
I mean, to be fair, like, all of the blondes look like Fox News reporters. They all look like they're in their 40s and they've had enough work done, and all their friends say they look just like they're 17.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. The brunette looks kind of shy. At least not as forceful personality as the blonde looks. And then, of course, Showdown is in a weird purplish font that definitely clashes with the other font. Sweet Valley High is curved over the top of the circle's arc. And then Francine Pascal's is at the very top.
Okay, and what do we think this cover is trying to convey?
Well, for some reason, that very gentle-looking brunette is going to have to somehow fight that very Fox News anchor-looking blonde. I have my guess on who the brunette's supposed to be. Generally, I think brunettes in this series that turn up on the cover, I always kind of assume they're Lila, except that does not look like any sort of Lila I ever would have pictured. Not the physical aspects of her, but that she does look like a gentle personality, and that is not Lila. But that does look like a Jessica side-eye, I will kill you side-eye. So I would assume Lila and Jessica fight over something, and in Sweet Valley High, it's probably a boy.
See, I actually think that this girl looks like a more grown-up version of the Lila model from Twins.
That's fair.
But I don't know why she's wearing a boring grey sweatshirt, given that she's super rich. Like, that sweatshirt is ugly and boring and washes her out.
Well, so I do think it's ugly and boring and washes her out. But sweatshirts, ugly sweatshirts especially, isn't there like a couple different huge designer trend, like sweatshirt trends, where they're $600, $700, $800, but they look like that basically. So if it
in the 80s,
that's fair. Now, I don't know about in the 80s.
I mean, she has dressed it up with a string of pearls, actually.
Has she?
Come to think of it.
has she?
Yeah.
Not just the collar.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a string
No.
of pearls
Wow,
there.
absolutely
okay.
could not make
Zoom in,
that out.
Oh, shame. Yeah.
Okay, so she's wearing a grey sweatshirt with a string of pearls. It's very much the 80s here.
The string of pearls blends into the collar of the sweatshirt almost 100%. So good job there, brunette.
To me, there's a couple of things what this could be. First of all, the brunette is clutching her arms, scratching at them almost, like a sort of Renton from Train Spotting, cold turkey, trying to get off heroin look to her. So it could be some sort of... I mean, to be honest, she looks like a drug addict. Look at the state of that. I guess she'd have sold her pearls and, I don't know, injected that into her veins. But yeah, there's something very. I am looking for methadone. Can you help? And the blonde is either saying, "I want to eat your brain," or just looking down her nose at it. The other thing I think this could be is a retrospective 80s pastiche of the episode in Buffy when Dawn appeared, because it could be Dawn and Buffy. That's the immediate thing I went to. But yeah, that's where I'd go with
Love
this.
it.
I'll tell you what I see.
Okay.
I see the main event of WrestleMania.
Okay, so who are they then?
The blonde is the heel character.
Okay.
She is
Clearly.
all snooty and uppity, very Bella Twins, very stuck up, and not quite as talented as the rest of the people on the roster. And the brunette is very AJ Lee. Look at the way she's clutching her arm, clearly been injured in a previous match. This is going to be the underdog story. Main event, WrestleMania. Brunette is going to take a hell of a beat down, and then she's going to turn it around and get the women's championship title. It's obvious.
Well, we are on the road
I
to
can see it.
WrestleMania, so that's fitting.
My God, here goes Lila Fowler with a steel chair.
I mean, who doesn't want that?
Okay, this is
Wakefield
amazing.
twins got a family.
I feel like this might need to be a at least short-term subset of Cover Calypso, where we also describe what kind of wrestling is going on. Or at the very least, Raven does that for us. So,
Okay. Do we have any actual thoughts on what the story is? I mean,
I gave it actual
Wing, you
thought.
you did actually. You went, it's
Yeah.
Sweet Valley. It's clearly two girls fighting about a boy. I don't know how we're going to dispute that.
I will say,
Yeah,
Raven's little thing about the blonde looking down on the drug addict brunette, that's exactly what a Sweet Valley blonde would look like when staring at a drug addict brunette. So fair play on that. Fair play.
Okay. Well, unless we've got any further thoughts,
Nope.
I think we should wrap this up. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next week for Cover Calypso.